in quite a number of schools. They've seen me a few times on television, representing Saltville. The acronym for GRAAFICS is Gang Diversion, Reentry, and Absent Fathers Intervention Center. Let me give you guys a snapshot of what the program does before we get into it, because usually when I do seminars, I like for people to be engaged. I like for the audience to get engaged, because I feel like this is a problem that it's our problem. And if you notice, usually when I do my forums, I don't invite anybody. I don't invite NYPD. I don't invite fire department. This is not the community board meeting. When you come in and one whole side of the room, you see a bunch of white shirts and then there's police cars outside. This is for us, this is by us, because this is our problem. So my program has two parts. Day programs exist between the hours of 8:30 and 3:30 when we're in public schools. The program started out as a one-year pilot in a school called Freedom Academy right here in Brooklyn, downtown. And within about the first year, we moved from one school to 3 schools, and then within the same year that we picked up two additional schools, we did WABC Channel 7 program called Here and Now, and immediately after that program, we blossomed into 15 schools. The program is successful in schools citywide because of some of the ingredients that you're going to get right here today. Evening programs exist between the hours of 6 to 9, where we come right into the hood. It's not a traditional program. It's a program where it's not copy and paste. It's very non-traditional. This is not a program where you're going to go to your PO, or you're going to go to somebody, and they're going to mandate you to come to this program, and then there's a space set up, and then you come, and then, you know, like, I'm from the same hood, you know, you cats are from, man. It's like, yo, you know, I got to be here for 2 hours, so I might as well, you know, just sit here. We bring the program right to you, right in the hood. In the tenant patrol room, in the community center, we bring it right to the hood. Today I'm here in Brownsville to try to find out, not the answer, but an answer that could put myself and my organization on the path, in the direction of a solution. This thing with violence, this thing with gun violence, gang violence, it's gotten way out of control. So let me just state my disclaimer, and if any of you guys have ever seen me anywhere before, I have a disclaimer, and this is my disclaimer. Keep it gully with me. Keep it gangster with me. There's no NYPD in here. There's nobody in here that's going to hold you accountable for anything in here that you say. The object of me being here and the object of this program coming to life is to try to help you or somebody that you know get from where they are to where they're trying to be. I'm going to share with you, some of you guys are going to learn some things about me in my past that will probably raise a few eyebrows. But I guarantee you that when everybody leaves this room, what you learn about me and what you learn about this program is going to make you think like, damn, this dude, like, he did it. Oh, I'm good, I know I can do it. He did it, I know I can do it. I guarantee you everybody in this room is going to leave individuals that came here to hear me speak about this program and the difference that we're making in the lives of kids all over this city. You are going to leave here with a seed implanted in your mind, like, yo, if some can do it, I can do it. And service providers that are here in the room, I'm hoping that you guys leave empowered under the auspice of innovation. I think that we have to move away from the cookie cutter, copy and paste methods that have been proven notoriously unsuccessful. You know, it's amazing to me how 8 months a computer is 1 year old, and 3 months a dog is 1 year old, and then in the world of nonprofits, everything is ancient. It's written in stone. Like, we got to follow the same procedures that people have been doing 15 and 20 years ago. Let me share with you part of the reason why I started this program. And this is usually how I open. So when everybody Here's this palm card. And there's a picture on the front of this palm card. I'm going to read this palm card. On February 1st, 2003, while relaxing at home after work with a young lady that I thought was my girlfriend, I went to use my bathroom, and when I came back, a guy with a gun was standing in my living room. The young lady, whom was being initiated into a gang, opened my back doors to let him in while I was in the bathroom. The young man, a local drug dealer and gang member, shot me in the face 6 times and in the chest 3 times. When I was murdered, my eldest daughter was 3 years old, my youngest daughter was 2 years old, and my son was newborn. I did not belong to a street gang. I was not a street hustler. I did not live the street life in any capacity. See my full story. Photos of me and my children, which were the inspiration behind the founding of the graphics program at www.graphics.org. The other palm cards that you have in your seat that says, "Violence sucks." On the back of those palm cards are pictures of this young man's daughter. Why this story is so personal to me is because this is my biological brother. My mother only had 2 boys, me and him. My brother worked full-time at Chuck E. Cheese and part-time at Shoney's and one of the other restaurants. This incident happened in Columbus, Ohio. And those are my nieces. And my nieces had to go back and forth with foster care, being abused in foster care and all this other stuff because my family wasn't prepared to go and adopt them and bring them out, so the cycle just perpetuated itself, like we see so many different times in communities where we live. My brother's life was part of the inspiration behind me starting this program. And then many years later, as the program is established, and I'm going on throughout the city trying to grow the programs, I'm seeing senseless acts of violence that it's just mind-blowing. Right here in this community where you guys live, where we're from, where we eat, where we play, where we shop, right on Picking, where we hang out, you know, where we grew up, right around the corner. Almost a year ago, our mother died trying to get children out of harm's way. A young lady lost her life trying to get children out of harm's way. Turn the TV on the news, 6-year-old kid gets shot. 2-year-old kid, somebody walked up to this child, 2 years old in the carriage, snatched the chain off his neck. Just last week, I attended the funeral in Harlem with a gentleman named Matt. Matt's mom did everything that she could to get her son on the right path. Matt grew up, was on the right path, went away to college, went to Lemoyne, probably seen it on the news, went to Lemoyne, graduated from school, got his BA, registered for the master's program, came home on summer vacation at the end of May. July 3rd, Matt is dead. So, what I want to try to do while we're here, this brief time that we're here, is I want to try to identify first why you as a community, why you think, especially some of the younger cats, why you think this stuff is going on in the hood. I don't want you to name no names. I just want to know if it's because the economy is bad, I mean, keep it gangster with me. Like the line game, Howard can't come over here and, you know, it's these shorties over here, we trying to holler at them, and yo, they be over here. You know, keep it gully with me, because at the end of the day, mothers is burying their kids, man. We went from a generation where kids had to be in the house when the street lights came on, to now parents got to be in the house when the street lights come on. So, like, you know, but let me tell you why you should keep it gully with me. In addition to me being the founder and executive director of this program, GRAAFICS, I put this program together after doing 16 years in prison. 16 years. 9 in New York, 5 in Virginia, 2 in South Carolina. And what I tell my kids when I'm in schools, everything you thinking about doing, everything that you are thinking about doing, I did it 3 times and did 2 bids for it, it ain't gonna work, try me. Everything that you're thinking about doing. Hustling, I was listed as one of the biggest drug dealers in Harlem in my era. I'm a shooter. If I think, look at me, I'm frail, man. Like, you know, big son, I'm gonna just fold you slim and trim like a bicycle rim. I'm gonna just fold you up, man. If I think I'm gonna get you first, I'm gonna get you first because I'm really scary. I've done it. Underground parties with the strippers and all that, I've done it. I've done it. I'm from the same hood you from. All this time in the penitentiary, back and forth, life on installment plan. It wasn't 16 straight. Get out 2, go back. Get out, go back, get out. Once upon a time, you know, I'm coming through, I was living in the Bronx, I'm coming through the park, and some girls, you know how we do, we get fresh, come out, go buy a brand new pair of sneakers just to go play ball. I'm coming through the park, and these girls in the Bronx were like, well, that's Kyle right there. And as I got closer and I walked past them, it was like, yeah, he's just home for summer break. He going back. I'm like, so wait a minute, what you're telling me is the chicks is laughing at me because they're like, he live in jail. He just home for the summer. Before the end of the summer, he going back home. That's what my life was. While sitting in a prison cell in the state of Virginia, I did my last 5 years in Virginia. While sitting in a prison cell in the state of Virginia, I asked myself a question. What would it take for me to get out, stay out? Been out quite a number of times. I've been time in New York, been time in South Carolina, time in Virginia. What are the elements that a program needs in order for me to get out, or what does society have to offer me? What does society need to make me interested in staying out? As twisted as that may sound. While I'm sitting in prison. And the answer that I came up with was, there was nobody that I knew in society that I respected enough to listen to. Because the Steve Urkel thing, that wasn't happening for me. And the white boys coming into the hood with their Harvard and Princeton and Yale and MIT education, you know nothing about my lifestyle, you know nothing about how I gotta eat, you know nothing about my mother being a crackhead, and you know nothing about that, so I ain't trying to hear you. That didn't work. So what was going to be out here for me to keep me interested in staying out here? A program that gave guys like myself right now, ex-offenders, guys that have been in trouble in the community, in the hood, that made a decision in their lives to change, to come home and say, yo, you know what, that's it, game over, ball game, I'm totally done with the streets, that's it, I'm finished, and I don't want to see these shorties go, I don't want to see them up in Attica and Clinton, because that is not a good look, man. 65 grown men taking a shower in one room, that's what Clinton Dan Moore is, a big, humongous room the size of this building. 65 shower heads, 65 grown men in there butt naked taking a shower. You have two options, like it enough to choose. That's what that's about. So as I sat in that cell, I'm like, there's nobody out there for me to go back home that's going to really, now here's the trick, there's nobody out there, homie, that's in the hood that I could go to. There's no old head in the hood that I could go to that I could say, yo, you know what? Real talk, I'm tired of this, man. There's no old head that I could go to, that I could say that to, that's not going to try to recruit me to do their dirty work. Nobody out there like that. Now, where I was from. So I went to commissary. I got a pad. I got a pen. And I started writing. I swear to God, I had no idea that this was going to turn into a program called GRAAFICS. I had no idea. I was just writing in a prison cell board, just writing down my thoughts. What is it going to take for me to go home and stay home? Somebody that's in the hood, that bust their gun, that's tired of it, did the time, like, yo, you know what? That ain't nothing. That ain't going to get you nowhere. That don't get you respect. Somebody that was getting money, that could say to me, yeah, that ain't it, man. And I know, this thing is going on. Yo, how you going to tell a dude that's making $200-300 a day selling crack or selling weed in the hood, how you going to tell that man go get a minimum wage job and work at McDonald's and all that? Come on, I'm from the same hood. They were saying that in the 80s when I was young. Same thing they're saying now. There was nobody out here to try to walk me through that process. That's why I put this thing together. So, let me pause and take a few steps back and ask a question. Real talk. Real talk. Why do you think there's so much violence going on in the hood? You gotta have an answer for me. You gotta have some kind of answer, because now it's not, it's not. See, let's keep it real. It ain't hustler to hustler. It ain't, you getting $40,000, $50,000 a day in that block, and I got to get a piece of that, I got to get a piece of that. We got to go to the mattresses because I got to get a piece of that. It ain't that no more. It ain't hustler to hustler. It ain't the hustler that's getting money that's trying to dump the stick-up kids. It ain't that no more. It's a line game. Glenmore can't come to Howard. Glenmore can't come past this crack in the street, because if anybody see them, whenever we catch them, it's on sight. It's this foolishness. We going to jail, we going to penitentiary, only laughing. I know what's going on in the hood, dogs. I know what's going on in the hood. I don't wear the suit every day. I'm in the same hood, at a theater near you. Like, I'm in the hood every day. This is what I do. I take cats in the hood, busting their gun, and I'm like, I got a better way for you, man. I got a better way for you. I can get you in the GED program. I can get you in college. I can get you back in school. Do what I say do, and do it step by step, and I got you. Promise you it's going to work. You know why I know it's going to work? Because I walked it. I did it. That's why I know it's going to work. Line game. Here's what's bugging me out. I'm in Detroit a couple of weeks ago. Cat asked me a question. I'm going to go back to that question, why so much violence in the hood. I told the dude, I said, look, it's crazy because and we keep it real, right? So in the 80s and the 90s, all the legends that the rappers talk about that they don't know, because I was in Clinton, Danmore with Tupac. All the legends that the rappers talk about that they don't know, when it was real money in the crack era, in the heroin era, where people was getting hundreds of thousands of dollars a week, there's more homicide going on now behind the line game. More innocent bystanders and people are getting killed now than back then when it was like, I'm gonna kill this dude because he just banged me in the head for 60,000. You in the penitentiary for 40 years behind, you looked at my girl. Grandmothers is burying their kids behind, this is my hood, this is my block, these are my projects. The last time I checked, when I walked through Howard, New York City Housing Authority owned them bricks to put that building together. But everybody claiming it. Housing Authority owned them bricks to put that building together. So let me ask this question. Keep it real with me. I want to hear it. Like, why do you think this violence is being perpetuated in our hood the way it is, man? If it's one crew trying to stop and another crew violating when another crew is trying to stop, whatever's going, like holler at your boy, man. Like, let me know. Why is so much violence in the hood? What is your opinion? Why do you think it's so much violence in the hood?
It's a lot. I'm gonna say my name is Mr. Jackson. You know, I work with GRAAFICS. It's first I'm gonna say ignorance. The principle of things, the principle of the game is changed dramatically. It is no older heads to say we can come to talk to, for one. And everybody behind, how would you say, moral of life, feel like you gotta justify as a pride thing too. You can't, if I step on your J's or came at you some type of way outside, you wanna impress me about that? You feel away, right? It's integrity, it's a pride. Lack of communication, no work, nothing else to take our time to do positive with. That's what it's from.
Anybody else?
It probably depend though, because if he step on my J's, I'm getting money to get another kid. Now it's different if he come at me some type of way, then I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Okay. Okay. And I like that. And I'll come back to that. Come on, give me some feedback. We're not just
all about respect.
Say that again?
It's just all about respect.
Okay.
I just came with no father.
Okay.
I know like respect about that. It's like you gotta respect. If you don't respect somebody, somebody can respect you. And
Okay.
police probably do.
Okay. Come on, sis, I see you.
I think it's turning into a trend.
Okay.
Like, it's the thing to do, it's a trend. Like, if you're not about this lifestyle, or you don't act ignorant like this, you're not in. And that has a lot to do with how it gets promoted through, like, music videos and all kinds of entertainment that promotes it.
Okay. Who else? Come on.
I think it begins with somewhere we dropped the ball and didn't pass that torch. Or to our younger generation, somewhere that gap that happened left them out there to fend for themselves.
Okay.
Instead of us teaching them that community meant something, that we looked out for each other's families, and that was dropped somewhere. And so our kids made their own way. And so until we're ready to be transparent and move on and say, look, baby, I love you in spite of. Until we stop being afraid of our young people out there and embrace them. Because I think ultimately they're all looking for love.
Anybody else? Come on.
I just want to say this. For me, I believe the first thing is we're the fathers. And the fathers would have had back then, they were the leaders of this. So there's no one to give direction. And for me, I'm speaking from a point of knowing. Because I feel when we see a gang as adults, we begin to call the kids' name and we put them down. So now they have nothing to respect, nothing to look for. You know, so the young man say pride. Pride has a lot to do with it, but first, who do we have to look up to? You know, so if you have nothing to look up to that's good, you're going to create your own things. And I don't want to say the word, I really want to say what I saw. But I literally sit in these gangs with these young people because of my son. And it's heartbreaking. And these kids are not bad. They're just mad and they need answers. And if we don't have answers, we're going to create for ourselves.
Okay. Do me a favor really quickly. Come and share your story.
My name is Ann Dakota. And I don't know if last summer, July 20th, like 3 in the morning, you heard that it had a shooting on Atlantic and Prescott. Actually, this shooting started on Atlantic and Prescott and it ended on Dewey. They assassinated him. My son was 21. And I found out probably between 13 and 14 he was in the gangs, Crips. And I literally sat with some of the Crips and the Bloods and I taught and I prayed and I had people praying because I'm a pastor. And I literally tried many things. I helped other people's children come out of gangs, but I couldn't help my own son. And somebody might say, well, why? My son accepted Christ 1 year earlier, and he began to talk about the gangs was not the way it used to be. It was supposed to be a family, and the family part lost its place. And it's about lines, territory, it's about who's hurt, who's girl, how many girls. It's not even about money, and it's not even really about drugs. And he told him, I'm out. And I listened to the death threats for 3 months. And my son called me and said, Mom, it's on. He prepared all of us. And they couldn't find him. And when they saw him, they set up the first time they missed it. The second time they heard he was out, the family was outside, so they thought he would be dead. He was asleep. And he heard the laughter and noise downstairs, and as he woke up, he walked into the hands of the gunman who was shooting up the house. He pushed my grandson inside. He got the first bullet. One of my nephews got shot. But he made me a promise. He would never run in the house for people to die. So he ran away. The guys went down the block, came off the block, and it was a group of them. And my son looked at them and said, homie, you going to do this to me after you had with me? And my son said, do what you want. He turned and he got him down from him and left him with two. And I was in my bed and I felt my son gunshot. And as I woke up, my phone rang. Come to the hospital. And I actually went to the hospital And it was trying to make me think he was still alive, but I knew he was dead. And the people that did it stayed around in the neighborhood. Nobody could find it. People know who did it. They won't talk. And honestly, I know what it is to be in a gang. I just don't talk about a lot of things in my past. And I got phone calls, and I could have done what I wanted to do, but I said no. Because that is only going to bring what? Another step of violence. So I took that debt of my son and I turned it into something positive, and I created a foundation to help other young men, young women, and to reach out in the community like what God is saying, because it has to stop. The black on black crime. But what hurt me the most when I called the activists, told me it was just another murder. So we walked by ourselves, our family and friends, to do the march. But I pray today that you listen to Kylie and me. And I'm not standing here for pity, because I told people, don't pity me. What I want you to do is take what you hear here today and make a change in your community and your life. Because that's the only way we can do it, coming together, the original gang, the family.
So I heard the brother that just came home say respect, fathers, community. I think that what we need to do, and I'm specifically speaking to, first, let me ask another question. Before I go into this, let me ask another question. By show of hands, we don't want no names, we don't want, just by show of hands, how many individuals in this room know somebody in the gang? Okay. How many individuals in this room know somebody that's died by gun violence? How many people in this room hear gunshots in their community more than
8 times a week?
5 times on a month? I really believe that a huge portion of this thing that's going on has to do with respect. I think that a huge portion of this thing has to do with, as young people, because again, I wasn't always 42 years old. As young people, I think that a lot of this stems from what our definition of respect is. Not the real definition of respect, but what our definition of respect is. Let me give you an example. I'll never forget it. December 1996. I was in Clinton Correctional Facility, on the way home. Penitentiary code. Nobody respects a sneak thief. I was going to the yard.
Washed up.
Somebody went in my cell and stole everything.
You get washed.
Like Scrap said, you would get washed in the penitentiary, you're a sneak thief. You're a sneak thief, that's like up there with child molesting and all of that. Your food, they would really eat your food for that. Somebody went in my cell and stole all my stuff. So I came back from the yard, and all my stuff was gone. And, you know, back then, I'm passionate about this program, but I was not the emotional type. Like so as soon as I seen it, I just went in the cell and just, you know, you can't show out for the cops, because now you dry snitching. You can't show, you just got to handle it the best way you can. So I just went in the cell, and I wasn't going to show out because the last time like something like that happened to me, I ended up getting stabbed 19 times on Rikers Island. That's a totally different talk show. So I go in the cell, and I stayed in there. I didn't say nothing. Nobody said nothing. Everybody, the whole tier was quiet. People waiting on a response. They didn't say nothing. Went through the whole next day. Didn't say anything. Went out to the yard the next evening. Told my mans and them what was going on. They had a general idea of who did what and why they did it. And this is all under the auspice of that word respect. Watch this. So I'm on the pull-up bar. And I see one of the dudes that they told me
May have.
went in my cell and got my stuff. I didn't know it to be true. They just told me they. Ask yourself how many times you use that word. Nah, they just said, who's they? They told me. They told me. Who's they? I'm saying, they. Who is they? Who is they? Okay, so they told me, yo, Scram Jones right there and his mans and them, they got your shit, man. So I'm gonna perform because the spotlight is on me. So, you know, I go and, you know, do what I need to do in the yard, dig it up out the dirt, and, you know, and I'm getting ready to go handle my handle. Overtime. And I wish we had time to get through this. Overtime. If you see me anywhere before, and I told you the story of my childhood with my father, that's why I'm going to get into the question that this sister right here had about fathers. I met my father when I was 18 years old in C-95 on my way to prison. He was on his way coming home. We met in the bullpens. We ain't going to talk about that yet, though. I'm in the yard at the pull-up bar in the back. Old timer that's in the penitentiary that was bitten when my father came through. Like, yo, come in, man. You Raheem's son, right? Come in, man. Talk to you, man. Nah, man. Cass told me, man, that, you know, okay. So what you gonna do? You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Okay. And when you going home? I'm supposed to be going home Thursday morning. Thursday morning, you going home.
Blow your day.
Then Monday, you going home Thursday morning. Nah, disrespect me, man. I can't, come on, man. I can't go to the hood. I'm gonna get on the phone, yo. Someone was in here and they disrespected him and he just ate that and just went out to the hood. I'm gonna be everybody's food. I'm gonna be just lunch meat. When I get back to the hood, nah, I can't, nah, that ain't happening. That's what's not gonna happen. Okay? Do you feel disrespected? I said, yeah. He said, so, let me ask you this question. Because you're going home Thursday. Do you feel disrespected? Or do the clowns over there on the weight pile that you're hanging out with say you feel disrespected? Stop me in my tracks. It's like, oh, like somebody punched me in my chest. For the first time, somebody that had respect, that same respect that I was talking about when I started to put this program together, somebody that had carte blanche in the penal said to me, do you feel disrespected? Or do the clowns that you hang out with feel like you was disrespected and now you feel like you was disrespected because they say you was disrespected? Because to Lucille grandchild, me, the one that my grandmother raised, man, you can have all that. I'm gonna look, deuces, I'm gonna see you later. I'm going to New York. So now I'm ready to throw it all away behind my definition of respect. That's lesson number one here for you little brothers today. Realign your definition of what respect is, man. Ask yourself, like Plies said, I don't know if 10 years in the penitentiary worth 2 years of balling. You got to ask yourself these questions. This is our problem. This is our problem. This graphics program was created to do exactly what it's doing, to come back into the hood, into community centers like this. We got invited. They sent me a few emails how we're supposed to be having some kind of summer day or something like that. They wanted me to come and do some stuff. I'm coming. I'm from Harlem, born and raised in Harlem. How I'm in Brownsville? Because, you know, like I told my big brother the other day, you know, when back in the 80s when I was in the penitentiary, there wasn't the time for Harlem. You know, it was like, you know, Brooklyn has always been, you know, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, real gully. So I wasn't gonna let nobody do nothing to me when I was in the penitentiary. I hung out with the Brooklyn cats. Came home from prison, first job I got. Brownsville Multi-Service Center, 592 Rockaway Avenue. From there, I was Brownsville born, Brownsville bred. I've been out here ever since. Take a train, an hour and a half out here every day. This is my community, this is my hood. I don't care if I'm from Harlem. I know everything about Brownsville. I'm out here in Brownsville. And this is why I'm saying this thing got to stop, man. Brownsville is this big, this big, this big. I ain't even talking about East New York, and Brownsville is this big. How is it that, and I don't, please, don't nobody feel no pride about this statement I'm getting ready to make. How in the hell is it that a little small section of Brooklyn, this big, everybody know it all over the country? Like Marty Markowitz came out here and branded Brownsville or something. And it's not behind anything nice. Question. And I hope I get listen to more responses. So now we try to find out why. What do you think? Give me some proactive steps. What do you think can be done in the community of Brownsville to reduce the violence? That's a question. What do you think can be done out here to reduce the violence? What, as a community, what do you feel you need?
I think the first thing is finding an individual finding their purpose. You know, you found your purpose. I believe that I found my purpose. So if we set up something with the young people, or even the parents, they're tapping to know. Because if as a parent you don't know who you are, how can you teach your child they have a purpose? So I think it's true.
What's your name, bro?
Sam.
Just coming home from up top. You had the opportunity to see what's going on, and I know damn well you ain't trying to go back to that. And now you're in New York. You on the land. And you get the opportunity to, like, you know, everybody trying to holler at me, they trying to, you know, I know what it is, because, like, you know, so just coming home, what do you see? Your eyes are fresh. What do you think that your hood need in order to, like, smooth it out?
First of all, people that just come home from penitentiary, I think they need a second chance. Like, can't stay jobs, it's hard to get jobs everywhere. Just go in there and just turn it down just because you're a felon. Also violent crime, so we're not trying to deal with nobody that violent crime. So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I asked this program because that was really the only way for me to get on the track of being successful with just legal stuff. Instead of doing illegal stuff all day, selling drugs, or having to go out of town with this chick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think.
Okay. Good answer. Back over here. Matter of fact, what's your name, bro? How old are you?
16.
What you think need to happen in the hood for like, you know, you out there, man. You know, you see it. What do you think, in your opinion, if I could give you two things, if I could do two things, if I could bring two things to your community that will convince young brothers your age to just even consider, you know what? That 15 click, that ain't even worth it, man. You know, give it to me. Give me two. You don't know if I can do it or not. Give me two.
Pop.
Huh?
Pop. Dad.
Father figure?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what's the second thing?
Love, I guess.
Love?
That's hard. I gotta say
hard,
that's
hard,
that's
man.
real.
Because, and here's yo, that has to be the most powerful answer to a question that I've got in all the years that I've been doing this, because it speaks exactly to something that I said in the training before. Now I'm speaking to service providers and adults in here. Now this message is to you. The only thing that is consistent in these kids' lives, these kids, this baby, this boy is old enough to be my son. And while it's fresh in my mind, when this is over, let's exchange information, man, because I would love to put you in my schools in front of my kids, man. Young brothers like that to pay you up so that you said, yo, you know what, that penitentiary thing, that ain't for you, man. And we can figure out, we worry about the resources later. Let's just put some proactive steps in there immediately, man.
He ain't selling no jacks, nigga.
From today.
He ain't selling no dream.
But now,
You heard?
service providers and
He ain't
adults.
selling you no dream neither.
Service providers and adults.
I'm with
These kids,
I'm doing
the
it.
same kids in this room, kids in communities all over this city, These kids have been notoriously failed. Everywhere they go, they get a different message. Want to hear? Here it go. Mommy and daddy not together. Mommy got one message. Daddy ain't shit. Whenever you see your father, if you see him once every 90 days, once, 2 days before Christmas, and he bring you the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, yo, he come through, he got a totally different message. You get to school in the daytime, school safety got a message. Principal got a message. Vice principal got a message. 6 different teachers got a message. When all that ain't going right, and you got to put on your good suit and do whatever you got to do and go to the welfare office, case manager got a different message. Everywhere these kids go, they got a different message. You're talking about a different message that most adult minds can't comprehend being given to a child that has prisons are supposed to be for rehabilitation, and you're trying to rehabilitate individuals that have never been habilitated. 12-year-olds are having babies. There's no education in this, so this child has that's a totally different talk show. But what we're talking about here is these kids receiving all these different messages, not knowing who to believe on one end of the spectrum, and then on the other end of the spectrum, you got a cat like me that has done time in the penitentiary, that don't care nothing about none of this positive stuff, that done read the Art of War, the 48 Laws of Power and all of that,